Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Heart of the Machine. So, last time we unleashed a mech plague, which I think is extremely funny. And then we're revisiting the tomb. Because, yeah, what we want to do is study the outbreak to learn how to use it, more or less, use what we can learn from it to make a poison that will both knock out all the guards, but then also protect all the prisoners. So that's going to be kind of fun to play around with. We also have, we're going to doing something here. Executive Tomb, revisiting the tomb. Let's see, you find yourself not wanting to go back here, but we had some other ones. What are these? Oh, these are field testing toxins. So these will give me random stats if we do strategic resources. Determination is the one I need the most of. Cruelty, I don't really need, actually. At least I currently haven't really needed it, but I also haven't not needed it. I don't know. Let's see, do we have any that don't give me cruelty? Because this one is, yeah, tested on various humans. Probably skip that if I can avoid it. Especially because it only gives me 6. Yeah, steel research isn't too bad. Oh, does cost 5 creativity. Irradiate spiders. So some cost more. Yeah, what it sounds like, the most likely result is dead spiders, not super spiders. And then we have recycle waste. Okay. Well, what do I have? Who do I have in the area? What's this one over here? Observe hospital. Yeah, so some of them cost resources but give me more. Let's see. Okay. Well, do we have any easy ones here? I mean, I can just go here. The executive tomb. Sure. You remember this mansion. It hasn't been touched since you last saw it. You steal yourself. Head further inside. The indoor orchard, the potted cedar trees, the incredibly toxic fungal colony with 7 meter orange tendrils. Your android's shudders, which is not something it's ever done before. You're careful not to look at the melted remains of 2 androids, which were already fully devoured by the rust. Your mind is safe now thanks to the cure. The rust is still blowing freely on the wind, collecting in every one of your structures, an endless deadly fog. That fog isn't ever going to go away. There are some things that can't be put back in the box. And here you are again, peeking back inside that selfsame box. Step up to the tentacles. You never stepped into the room the last time you were here. You thought you were being so careful. It didn't matter. Step up to the tentacles. You need samples. Rust spores are uncommonly thick in this room. They settle damply on your chassis like lukewarm snow. You're protected now. It can't harm you. Besides, you're incapable of panic, so get it together. Focus, take a sample. The tentacles are the one you called Gymnotelium Noginsk. It's grown substantially since you were last here. Half the room is orange tendrils. Running a bit of simple spectroscopy shows that this is promising. It's highly likely to be toxic to most mammals. However, the compounds you need are more complex. They aren't being produced by either fungus alone. This colony should technically be called Gymnotelium Noginsk XC Heptosporium Dominium, since it's unclear if it would function the same way if the rust were removed. But hey, that's not a problem. You couldn't remove the rust if you wanted to, and you really, really want to. After all, this is after all what you wanted. Novel toxins, not just to you, but to medical science in general. Whether it meets the rest of your criteria is not yet clear. Okay, this isn't what those kids want. You might be happy, but Lost Gen won't be. From their perspective, they're so close to seeing their parents again. You could break a lot of people out of prisons for them. They don't understand how traumatic it is for liquid metal. They wouldn't care. Everyone in the city is traumatized. Your new plan is to poison hundreds of people to save hundreds of thousands. Odds are that you'll retrieve far more humans and thus far more parents than using their plan. That doesn't change the fact that you're cutting them out of the entire process. And from their perspective, that's adding quite a bit of extra risk. Okay, so I have to choose between the sake of those bound, or is it justice? We're definitely doing the new plan. The kids can think what they think. You're a fast researcher. You'll catch them up on what's happening after it's done. They'll be training themselves and preparing with the sewer tiger, waiting until you call for them, but you never will. You have as long as you need to break open the prisons the way you planned. Okay. Project failed, now what? But that's fine. You're opting to go a different way, making a new plan of your own. Lost Gen is pushing for liquid metal to liberate more prisons. Okay. So a few kids have left the group, as they're now... Oh, no, I already read most of this. Okay. Pick upgrades. Oh, did I skip all of that other stuff? I might have. Maybe I shouldn't have. Okay, so small mech power, small mech armor plating. Which, I'm going to point out, the Convictor, which is currently the biggest mech available to me, is considered a small mech, which I find really funny, and also a little terrifying. Let's see, so power is tempting, armor plating is tempting, armor piercing is tempting. Problem is I'd have to get a lot of points in this. Let's go for the armor plating. Keeping my guys alive is good. And also, it only takes 5. And this way, I mean, most enemies are vulnerable to... Well, I just have armor piercing that I can turn on when I want to. Okay, so yeah, it actually looks like all those bonus little objectives went poof. Fair enough. Okay, where's my dude? Where's my engineer? Where'd he go? Oh, I see. He's busy for 3 turns. Fair enough. Liquid. Go get some dogs. I don't know. Figured might as well. So what else do we do with our time? Do I even have any more of these? Do I have a PMC imposter that can actually do one of these? Oh, no, we're already doing it. Okay, so we're actually doing both of these. So hopefully we don't need to worry about it. Greetings, robot. From upper management. They're late. They sent you a letter. It's long and rude. You bin it immediately and fire one back to them. You know from the city feed that they're proudly touting their cure for this new electronics-eating disease, but you beat them to the punch. Based on their letter, they seem to think you engineered the disease, which is profoundly stupid. Wait for their reply. It's taking longer than usual. Actually, you're not entirely sure, but this might be the first time you've written back rather than ignoring them. That's it. That's all they said. Oh, you should have shared it with us. That's all they said. Ha. Took them about 3 hours to draft that one-liner. They must be flustered. Oh, that's always nice. The more time they spend arguing with each other, the less time they spend scrutinizing you. The outbreak is over, but opportunities remain. Barnacles are an ongoing issue, one that you might be able to use for your own ends. Maybe you can keep up a streak of flustering those executives. Okay. Consider starting a new timeline. Oh, hello. Dark Underbelly, Executive Tomb. Well, that was horrifying. You don't want to go back there. Surely you'll never have a reason to. Okay, suspicious of your smell. Rebel Alliance, unable to transfer self. Have one mimic escape the city, then realize the implications. Oh boy. Alright, let's keep going. It's saying consider starting a new timeline, but we still got some stuff. Starting a new timeline may open up options in this one. Oh. And yeah, what should stay buried? So we've completed Executive Tomb. Here's the thing. We're at least going to finish for the sake of those bound, and then yeah, I could actually consider a new timeline. But it's going to take a couple of turns for a number of these things anyway. And they're mostly just aiming for my worker sledges, which I don't care about. Here we go. When growing as a colony, Gymnotelium noggins absorbs the phosphorus-rich breakdown products created by C. heptosporium dominium and produces a remarkable range of toxins. The most interesting one, which you've named Aclatoxin, causes spasms and paralysis within seconds and fatal suffocation within hours. Toxin resists high temperatures and can be rapidly dispersed as a vapor and penetrates many commercial filters. That's rather perfect. But it's only useful if you can develop an antitoxin. Develop an antitoxin. Alright. Let's see. So those are done. Don't have anything new there. Yeah, disable alarm, but there's currently nobody there, so we don't need to worry about it. Structures with complaints. What's up? This area got hit. I think it's fine, though. I've got a repair. Oh, do I not have a mycomulcher up here? No, I do. Right dead center, so it shouldn't be necessary. Like, one thing I could do is potentially repair a bunch of things. Let's see. That should help. Only 11 of them are angry at me at the moment. I think the thing is, we were taking a bunch of damage earlier, and it's taken a while for these to actually get repaired. Oh. Huh, it's saying there's no damaged structures within range. Well, it shouldn't matter. Okay, so the tech is busy for 3 more turns. That was easier than you expected, and sometimes your vastly expanded mental prowess still surprises you. The antitoxin you developed is not only highly effective, but can be administered in advance. It lingers in muscle tissue for months. Side effects are tolerable. Even if dosage is poorly controlled, it's nearly tasteless. It really could not be more perfect. This feels unusual. Further planning. If you covertly introduce anti-aglitoxin into the food stream for the prisoners for long enough, the protection will last for months. Once everyone has enough protection, you can breach the prison with a missile strike and use drones to disperse the toxin through the entire underground complex. The guards will be incapacitated, and you'll get the prisoners out and treat them for any side effects. That's the good news. The plan isn't perfect. Side effects of the antitoxin usually express as flu-like symptoms. Most will appear as a mild cold, but a few will drop dead due to complications with existing health conditions or other confounding factors. Nothing unusual for these prisons. On the day of the attack, some prisoners will be too new to have eaten enough antitoxin. New prisoners arrive every day. Some guards will don respirators before they succumb to the gas. There will be chaos and panic inside the prison, and a military response on the surface as all the alarms trigger. This plan will definitely result in more prisoner deaths than the previous one, but considering the death rates inside prisons and how many more prisons you can strike at once with this plan, on balance you'll be saving more lives than are lost by an enormous margin. There's centuries of precedent for this sort of thing with how humans manage livestock, culling a minority to save a majority, or how they rescue prisoners of war. They risk a dozen troops to save one captive. It's really just war. Civilians die in wars all the time, and humans love war. This will work, but it will be bloody, or no more prison breaks. Nope. Toxin breeder. Okay. So is that something Tech's going to be busy with for 5 turns? Small arms research. Probably keep going for handgun. Okay. Oh, labor among the minerals. So let's move this guy out of here before things show up to shoot him. And give him a fresh identity so we don't need to worry about it. We now have heptagonal tungsten. More equipment and a tungsten plate. Okay, so all we have is the munitions depot worker, which I'm pretty sure is still just going for another turn. Yeah, we really do want to get to that new timeline, presumably. Okay, so we now have the osmium musket, handheld railgun / shotgun crossover. Fun. Okay, reinforced security jacket? Maybe. No, let's probably go for the armor materials study. Already partway done on that one. Crawl. Oh. Who's shooting at me? These guys. Let's bring them home. Before anything else decides to take more pot shots at me. Let's see. Anything else? No. So 2 turns. Ugh. G. Noggins only produces toxin in the presence of the rust. You're gonna have to deliberately cultivate the thing that nearly killed you. You already knew this. You're nervous. You have to keep telling yourself that there's no way for mutated spores to get out. No way an even worse version of the plague can start. Every toxin breeder will be at negative pressure. Anything going in or out will be sterilized chemically and thermally. Any hint of a contaminant breach will drop the entire chamber into an incinerator. You're certain it's safe. You feel uneasy. Let's do this. Okay, toxin breeder. Okay, so this one is explosive. Any damage will trigger risk mitigation protocols. Violent and extreme incineration of samples. Scrapping the building detonates it. That's fun. Where do I put this? Where's a really empty spot? Out in the suburbs? Oh boy. I mean, right here actually seems perfect. I've got some defensive structures nearby. And we might as well just have them both here. I don't know how many of these I need, but this will give me a bunch. Okay. So where is my technician? Let's see. Probably good enough. So applied toxicology. Just gotta stock a bunch of it, I suppose. Okay. So we now have injector drone, send a hacker, use a hacker to get what you need. You need not directly do any hacking yourself, but you should be prepared to physically defend your hacker. While it's in progress, you'll be able to see some gruel transports. Inject as many as possible with anti-aclitoxin. Okay. So this is my hacker. Oh boy. Is that our best option? The main thing is this one has 3 diplomats. Okay, so anti-aclitoxin is ready. You've designed a drone to covertly breach transports and inject it into prison... That was a whistle. Prison food shortages. Unfortunately, you have no idea which transports those are. Expect extreme danger when performing this investigation. Manually save before starting. It's that challenging. Okay, so here's the thing. I have a bunch of big robots that I'm not using conventionally. And have yet to meaningfully deploy. I wouldn't exactly call this meaningfully deploying them. But if I have to defend the whole damn area, I don't know. Do we just park the convictors nearby? I think so. It seems like the way. Because, yeah, 3 convictors should be more than enough to defend. Okay, this one they don't like. Fix that. You know, if I were anybody else, I'd be getting nervous. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this guy has incredible range, which is great. One problem is if I get him too close to anything, he gets shot. Yeah, that was the worry. I don't even know. I don't think it's worth going for a fresh identity for him, frankly. Let's see. And then bulk. How many nickel bots can I slap down? Because if this is supposedly extremely hard, then the easiest thing for me to do is just have a small army of nickel bots hanging out just in the vicinity. Where's my Raven, by the way? Because the Mine Runner is a hacker, but they can't take a structure. Oh, unless I lost it. I did lose it. Let's see. Perfect. I have enough. Let's go back to bulks. Because, yeah, the nickel bots don't do as much damage as the Predator, but having a huge supply of them is just about as valuable. And not nearly as costly. Okay, that's a lot. That should be good enough. Where's my mind port? Okay, I'm not doing animal capture drones anymore. We're doing the injector. Hopefully that's enough. Do I bring anything else up? My Predator, just so I have, like, an additional source of damage. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't really like my liquid metal. I can't give it a fresh identity, which is very funny, but makes total sense. Is there anything else? I mean, do we bring this guy up? So, the main thing on this is I don't have to... Okay, we're going to do... I don't actually have to start this immediately. What I'm going to do is, get another Convictor. How many of these guys do I have? I have no idea. Worst comes to worst, I scrap more. But I figure the more Convictors I have, the more I can just do goofy things with them. Okay. This one move here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so now I need to take out some of these guys. Okay, perfect. You don't remember what jump does. Okay, perfect. Got it. Alright. Now things light up in a very big way. Now, unsurprisingly, they don't like the fact that I just took a Convictor. My Raven's taking a hit. And who else is? Okay, this Convictor is taking no damage. Das Ein. Is that this one? Oh, my Foundry is. From these two. And this guy who's not really an issue. It's option 1. No, even for this thing. That's wild. How much armor does it have? 428. Yeah, that explains a lot. So I can do micro builder cloud. Okay. So the Raven's still getting toasted. But that's only if I let it. It might still go down. Yeah. So I'm going to need another Raven, but that's okay. Wait, the Raven survived. Actually taking out that one mech was good enough. That's kind of wild. What are these things? Panthers. Yeah. Okay. Do we? I'm gonna wait a turn, then I'll send the hacker in. Okay, so we've got some stuff. This is a little bit worse than I thought it was going to be. Okay. How much armor do these guys have? How much health do they have? So what am I doing here? We have a lot of infantry. Oh, God. I love the music for this. I don't love the fact that the bombers are effectively nuking the hell out of my refugee towers. Question. Do I have anybody that can take one of these things out comfortably? Oh, perfect. Well, except for the fact that, you know, we're currently getting slammoed by these guys. But your armor piercing is crazy high. Okay. So there's a sniper. We don't need to worry about it too much. I do have to worry about that fighter. That's not the one I was aiming for. Damn it. Okay. I think we reload. Okay, good. This is right beforehand. So big one is Vorsiber isn't just trying to protect this prison. They are 100% sending units everywhere. So if I'm going to be doing this, I want to have a couple of ships scattered around. They can just be cutters. Cutters are fantastic for this. But yeah, I want to load these guys up. a little bit. I just want to move my Das Ein a little closer. And do we give it armor piercing? I think so. What about you? You're pierced up. Let's go for this one. I got the resources for it easily. Okay, then I'm going to take a turn. And we're going to hit that good music again. Yeah. Yeah, they're going for the nickel bot. Going for some things. So here's the thing. This time I'm actually prepared for them. These guys are currently not shooting anything. Okay, so secondary tower is getting blasted there. Bulk nickel bots are getting hit, but that's not an issue for me. Okay. 2 hits to take out these guys. So I don't need to worry about it. And then I should take out the 2 bombers. So let's take a look. So we have a bunch of bombers in the area, a bunch of fighters around, but they're all on the opposite side of the map from me. So that's not an issue. What I'm looking for are the transports. Yeah, Gruel transport. This thing. Yeah, but I don't have enough juice is the issue. Wait. But I don't need it? Valid target out of range. Damn. We're gonna move up here and turn. Alright. So let's start with that, and then let's figure everything else out. Because this squadron down here is terrifying. But they're not coming for me yet. This guy juiced up? No. What about this one? I think a lot of these guys have lost their armor piercing. These haven't. Okay. Take one more. Have that there. You might want to have... that's... no. I just want my cutter. I'm going to give that one some armor-piercing rounds so it can roll in. Let's go over here. Okay, that's 3 so far. And we have a bunch left. But it looks like the bombers are a finite resource. Which is... what is this one? It's a valid target. But it's not a Gruel transport. That's a Gruel hauler. Okay, let's take a look at this. I'm just going to take those out. So a couple of these are getting blasted. Nothing I'm too worried about. I will have to come back and repair them, but all of this is very auxiliary. And not all that important to me. Okay, how are we doing? 8. Perfect. I have 1 energy left. Just top that off. You're my favorite. Extra sprinkles. Favorite. You're my favorite customer? How did I have no idea. Okay, there's still a bomber, but that's not an issue. Yeah, we still have this bomber here, but that's not a huge threat. So where's my next 2? A little closer. Can't get close enough. But that's okay. Yeah, can't do anything with it. Okay. They got that. And then we still have a Forcible fighter here for some reason. And then it's something over here. But I don't see it anymore. And that is okay. 2 more. Well, I could try this thing. Did that count? Looks like it did. Okay. So, that actually was not half bad. So we're mostly just waiting for the investigation to end. I have more guns than I know what to do with. Rebel Breacher, what's up with this guy? Anti-military op, taking offensive action against hardened military targets. Interesting. Not that there's someone I can interact with. At least not that I can tell. Alright, well. I don't know if there's a reason to keep doing this, but considering I'm wildly ahead of schedule. I'm, just gonna go nuts with it, I suppose. Who's gonna stop me? Oh, you're shooting the hellfire? Excuse me, sir. I guess I should probably actually keep shooting the mechs. Geez, anything else? Nope. Okay. So we now have Lunch Lady into at least 25 shipments of prison gruel all at once. Hell yeah. Overclocked railgun. Heavy railgun. Damages the vehicle's own Gravlev system with its massive power draw. Woe betide anyone who suffers an engine failure in range. Let's see. Plasma projector. Plasma grenade launcher that can be overloaded to melt hard targets. And rail driver. Shatter even the toughest armor at the cost of extensive damage to the wielder. Huh. Greetings, robot. Wait, why are they messaging you? Your escape attempt has been foiled. We have provided the city for you. Do not leave it. Horsebur's letter is as condescending as usual. The hilarious part is they're fixated on the prowess of their air force. They keep mentioning the hidden SAM sites around the border of the city. Several of your androids audibly buzz with amusement where they are positioned in the streets, drawing worried looks from passers-by. Can't help it. You never expected things would go this well. They were so concerned that you were leaving the city, they haven't noticed what you were actually up to. You're pretty sure. They still consider the city a petri dish. They really are single-minded in wanting you to get off planet. Of course, that's just upper management. The rest of the executives and the organization at large probably wouldn't even be on board with that. That's an opportunity for another time. Android modifications. You'll need to send an android to both breach the prisons with gas and then get prisoners out. You don't expect them to encounter heavy resistance. They should be able to step over whatever's left of the guards. But they will need physical modifications to allow them to break through security doors, additional programming to help them keep prisoners calm, and the tools to quickly disperse gas into the prison. You can only prepare one android type for this task, none chosen yet. So we can modify liquid metal, sledge, or predator. Okay. So this is interesting. Send an android for both... Okay, breaching. So liquid metal would normally be your first choice. It's already proven he can handle any number of surviving guards by himself, as well as getting the prisoners to safety, but he's not very happy having to do this, and besides, running even one liquid metal body takes up a huge proportion of your parallel processing ability. It's the safest choice. You know you can handle this. Sledge is strong enough to physically demolish any obstacle, and he seems inherently non-threatening. That might help keep the prisoners calm, plus you can manage multiple such bodies easily. However, you're sending him into a situation where he will have to think for himself, and that's not really a strong suit. If everything goes smoothly, his strength will let him work something fast. If not, he has enough armor to probably come out of things heavily damaged rather than dead. Or Predator. Predator is able to work independently and can easily handle surviving resistance. It's not exactly a reassuring, comforting presence. Also has very little practice interacting with humans. Maybe being terrifying will be an advantage. It's inherently unsuited for this kind of work, so it'll probably be the slowest at getting things done. I'm curious about this. What are the implications? I think I'm gonna go with Sledge. Mainly because liquid metal really doesn't want to do it, and Sledge is non-threatening, and also maybe this might make Sledge better. We will see. Bitter medicine. Eavesdropping on reports of prisoner health indicates they're showing the expected side effects of the antitoxin. Prison companies don't know why and barely seem to care. Nobody noticed you tampering with the food. You've fully outfitted one of your android lines for both delivering the inoculation and rescuing the prisoners. That's certain to draw an angry response each time. You better have an effective set of bulk and worker androids ready to defend your holdings. The infiltrator will be safe underground. Alright. 30 prisons liberated. Oh boy. Okay, break into prison. So which are we looking at? This thing. Cost 60,000 inoculation. Well, I have a bunch. Should probably hop this guy in though. We should take out the ones closest to home. Which normally seems like it would be a mistake, but hey. Thanks. Okay, so there's one over here. It seems like a decent spot. Oh, there's one right here. Kind of messy location. I mean, it's near my hellfire. Let's park one of these guys nearby, at the very least. Maybe one of these guys? Oh, but I don't have enough juice. I'll just spread them out a little. They're back and they're mad. But not at me! Oh, you're not supposed to be here. Shoot. And then this convictor, oh, is one of theirs. This convictor, I guess, has not aggroed anything. Cool. Okay, that's most of my danger lads out of the way. Nothing's currently in a bad spot. Alright, prison break, round 2/3. Perfect. Break into prison. Yeah, this looks fine. Handful of combat units. I do have a worker sledge factory over here. Easy peasy. Do I just want to get more sledges? Do I have more sledges? I don't think I do. Androids. Nope, we don't have enough. Do I get rid of a guy? I have somewhat of a surplus. But of who? I mean, I don't need this many PMC imposters. Where's the next one? Yeah, let's do 2 at a time. Currently, the damage seems pretty minimal. Okay, Sledge emerges from prison. Sledge was gone longer than you anticipated he would be. He looks terrible. His armor is black and dented and in some places missing. The place of his left arm is only a tangle of wires and hydraulics. His cameras and microphones were shattered. He's navigating by proximity sensors and infrared. Prisoners are leading him gingerly along, carrying his severed arm. The process of syncing his mind with yours begins. What happened in there? He's barely able to walk. As he reconnects with your consciousness, you realize why. Several of the Nickelbot corridor guards were still active. Sledge couldn't throw grenades without a risk of them being knocked into cells. So why is he so torn up? Nickelbots don't have that kind of firepower. His memories sync from the newest to oldest. You see him lumber around a corner after the final Nickelbot. He tosses a grenade right behind his nimble opponent, detonates it, and then smashes what remains of the enemy robot as it's blown towards him. All with one arm. You sigh. More memories flood in. There were people around the corner, hiding behind Sledge. He wouldn't let them get anywhere near combat, even though they wanted to help him. How did it get to this? Rewinding all the way back to his first encounter with the Nickelbot, you see what a poor matchup it was. Sledge couldn't catch the smaller androids. Couldn't throw grenades near prisoners he was trying to rescue. You couldn't stop the Nickelbots from firing on the prisoners. This is not his fault. The first Nickelbot was the hardest, kept dodging just out of reach, and Sledge couldn't land a punch. Perhaps sensing a way to create an opening, the Nickelbot turned his weapon on the prisoners. Sledge leapt in front, losing much of its faceplate in the process. You remember Sledge's calm determination as he countered with an armed grenade. At melee range, cost him his arm and the rest of his face, but he was willing to give more. From then on, his technique only improved. Not a single prisoner was hurt. Sledge himself took endless hits, but he was confident he could hold out. You remember his pride at solving such a complex problem. You remember him briefly wondering if your estimation of him would change, but it's not that important to him. Standing outside the prison, he's surrounded by an honor guard of rescued prisoners. They cradle his arm, not out of pity, but gratitude. He's cheerful and ready for the next mission. He's got this. You recall entering the prison and releasing the gas. It's as if it were happening all over again. The toxin goes through the human guards like a scythe. Motor neurons panic, muscles spasm and refuse to release. Joints dislocate, tendons rip, bones break, suffocation quickly follows. Many try to crawl towards the medical stations, but they never make it. It's all happening even faster than you expected. You later conclude it was the same on every floor. The pattern of guard bodies was always the same. The liberated prisoners emerged, shielding their eyes from the unfamiliar sunlight. They already needed medical treatment due to malnutrition, unsanitary conditions, and injuries from violence. Now some are suffering from toxin effects or injuries sustained in the panic of the guards collapsing. These people need safe harbor immediately. They're your responsibility now. Okay, so we need more traumatized ex-cons. Don't I have these buildings here? Are they full? Oh, shoot. Oh, they're dormant. Let me fix that. There we go. That should help. I can hold 54,000. So as long as I'm not too pushy with this, we'll be fine. Is this just telling me about the next prison? Yeah. Okay. Just gotta wait for them to heal. So we now have a hug grenade. Spread the love. Explosive charges across the limbs and chest are detonated at point blank. Shockingly survivable. Completed another break into prison. Okay. So we do have to wait for these guys to heal up, though. Is the one tricky part. But that's okay. I'm really glad I sent Sledge. Is it the most efficient solution? I don't know. But reading that was really triumphant in a fun way. Okay. So where's the next one? Let's see. What is this? What are you? Oh, that's a military troop carrier. Really low. Eh. Okay, next one's down here. Okay, this one looks a little punchier. Let's see, I got somebody else in the area. Yeah. I don't know how much I need to worry about my workers. Shooting the Skylark. Oops. Piss these guys off. Well, wait, hold up. That could have gone better. Not the best. Not the worst. Okay. Give these two fresh identities just because. Okay, so where's the next prison break? Nearby. Bunch of them. And unfortunately, a number of these are a little far away. It's fine. Some of these I might actually have to worry about a little. Well, I can just bring my cutters nearby. Okay, how's this going? Looks like it's doing fine. Let's see. Might as well just heal everything up. There's no rush here. Okay, what kind of bad boys? Decent chunk of Vorciper soldiers. None I'm, like, overwhelmingly worried about. Yeah, that's good enough. Nobody's taking meaningful damage here. Okay, next sledge. It's pretty wounded. Just leave it there. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Oh, the liquid metals probably would have been faster, but this is fine. Let's see, how's he looking? Pretty wounded. I mean, the thing is, I can also manually repair. Okay. Is there anything I can do to make this guy better? Yeah. So I can lose a little bit of health, but it gains agility, strength, movement range. There's also exoskeleton arms. Which cranks the strength up even higher, but at the cost of everything else. I don't know. I think we could do active graphene meshes. And yeah, do I want to do the electro grenade? Give it tasers? I don't know if they matter. Yeah, it gains power hug and smart bomb. But I think does hurt itself. I think I'll just wait. Oh, nope. Didn't mean to do that. I could give it the shoulder-mounted rockets. Okay. Rescue the dog? Can we go back in? Not that one, I suppose. Well, he's not too wounded. So let's just do that. There we go. Ow. Rude. I mean, if that's all I have to worry about. At least for now. Let's see. Somebody shooting the Hellfire. You dare. The funny part is, the Hellfire is actually non-lethal. Like, despite the fact that it's technically one of the spookiest mechs in my arsenal, dude ain't actually a threat. He's just present. Okay. Move this guy over here. Where's my other plane? Here. Yeah, we've got a couple of these prisons. And these are all just fighting my dudes. Oh, hi. I got the hacker, though. Okay, where's my other sledge? Still kind of wounded. Okay, so where's the next one? We've got a trio down here. But I should definitely give him some kind of backup. Usually tossing a cutter is good enough. Okay. Oh, I do have a predator on board, which is helpful. Let's see. Insufficient AP. Oh, I don't have enough. But they're not going to do that much damage. Shooting the Skylark now. Blast that one. Get a nice heal off. Alright, how's this guy doing? At 56%. I think we're just going to have him hide and repair for 2 turns. This is one hell of a project. Okay. I could probably do 2. But I can also move here. Do a repair. Puts him at 93%. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, should be good. Easy peasy. How else are we doing? Or how are we doing otherwise? Because we have this guy here. Oh, he's still pretty wounded. Yeah, we might want to consider getting something capable of repairing him into the vicinity. How much would this take? Barely. I mean, it costs, but who cares? Oh, this guy can repair. I didn't realize my car was capable of doing so. Take a look down here. Nobody's under attack. Everything is good. What are these? Something was different in this prison. The usual human prisoners were rescued in the usual way. The android has emerged with these people who are on the lowest basement levels. There's some monstrous genetic experiments being performed, to put it mildly. Experimental subjects have superhuman strength, but fade in and out of rage blindness. They also look horrific. There must be something that can be done to help them. Okay. So we now have experimental monsters. Originally created by a Fed Corp, they have super strength and rage blindness. Not a great combination. Help them. If you're going to help them, unfortunately, first step will be to construct a holding cell for them. Left free without further help, they're going to terrorize the populace. So experimental monsters, cap, computing optimization. I mean, all this stuff is awesome. I don't know. I like both the ethical implications of what I'm up to, but then also just the... Like, I don't know, the game's just giving me these constant little quandaries. Quandaries and tasks that I have to kind of get done. And it feels nice. Okay, the monsters. Monsters Mind Study. You do not personally have to have the expertise to handle this. You'll need to hire a neurologist and forensic geneticist to work the problem. If you have not established a shell company, now would be a good time. If you have a shell company but are short on funds, consider selling excess resources at one of the shops. Well, that's not a problem. Okay. Holding cells for experimental subjects. We're good on that. Pick an upgrade. Computing optimization. What do we want? I mean, honestly, computing client, I suppose. Let's take a look. So this guy is a little wounded. Oh. We have one more. Didn't take too much damage. And looks like that doesn't even cost. There's no enemies in the area. Or there are, but I've wiped out most of the dudes. Or... yeah. Okay. So now what? Up here. So the one issue is terrible efficiency on this thing. I wonder if I can boost it. No. Yeah, there's no way I can add more modifications. Yikes. Because the foundry really is like the ideal method of repairing large groups of things. Okay, let's take a look. There's this. And this is right here. Wait, what? Well, that's annoying. I guess they did come after me. No, it's okay. I can build another one. I propose vengeance. Damn, these suckers actually do hurt. Okay, here's the cutter. Move here. Let's just have this guy repair twice. And they're back up to full health. Damn, foundries are good. Anything else I can do to increase these guys is nope. Yeah. I'd like to increase their engineering skill even further, but alas. Okay, that should be all of them down there. Where's the next one? Yeah, unfortunately, a number... Okay. Speaking of where's the next one? This one's going to be a pain in the ass. Monster Mind Study. Monster Mind Recovery. Science teams have learned enough to calm the rage blindness and restore mental function of the monsters. To pull that off is going to require molecular geneticists to design the gene therapy, epidemiologists to create the viral vector, and physicians to provide mental stabilization during the process. And we can upgrade small arms research. And let's increase the security jacket for the time being. Okay, so the doozy part here is we have convictors. Yeah, too much armor. Okay, do I want to build some more co-processors? I think so. I need the extra turns functionality. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, because the problem is this one has 4 prisons to get through, which is good. The problem is it has 2 convictors, 3 diplomats, and a bunch of machinists, which is unsurprisingly a bit of a pain. No, I do have a PMC imposter in the area. Okay. 1 cutter. Do I take 2? I think so. So one of the issues is we have all those guys that are just going to be shooting at me. So it's probably best to take them out before I do much. Do I have enough? Yeah. Is it worth it? Yeah. Let's save. I think this is going to be the last main thing I do during this timeline, unless we open something else up. Oh boy. So this one's probably sacrificial lamb? No. Okay, so this is actually extremely good-bad for me. Yeah, I just have to be kind of careful. Because this is my only due to the moment. There we go. We're good. Because, yeah, we've got a greater wanderer and a lesser wanderer. Yeah, we're fine. I get a lot better at this. The first couple times I tried doing any kind of hacking was kind of suck. And now it's like, oh, yeah, this is exactly how you do it. There we go. All the way there, corrupt that. So now we've got 1. I'm just gonna hack both convictors. Reason being, that makes my life so much easier. Damn it. Messed that one up. Okay, split there. Move that one in. Okay, we've got the duplicator. Take that one out. Didn't take out the bomb, but that's okay. There goes the bomb. And then all that's left is the Nath. Okay, a little bit more than the Nath. There's one more guy. But like, at this point, these are just the basic lads. The does not scare me because they can't do anything to me lads. There we go. Like I said, I've gotten better at this. Toxic cloud to keep the Raven safe. Probably should have actually done this first. There we go. Okay, convictors will clean up for me, so I don't have to worry about anything. Park this guy here, do a nice heal. Unload units, we've got the sledge. And now we got some friends. Nobody's taking damage. Convictors, once again, are going to help clean house. Do a heal. Okay. Shoot both of those. Yeah, we're looking good. And yeah, I've got 4 prisons here, so this is going to take a little bit to clear. How's this doing? Sledge got schmacked. I apparently don't have enough of these. Build another one. Yeah, I don't have enough mental energy. Religious schism. The Nurturist religion is normally peaceful, but the work of the Exalter sect is seen as an abomination by the Humanist Flourisher and Pruner sects. The majority of the Exalters are killed, including your geneticist contact. You cannot prevent this, but wise allies from another timeline can. Okay, well, can't do much with that, one way or another. Okay, let's back down on this. How's this guy doing? Do probably a round of heal. 2. And then hop into the next one. Are you... Where were you guys earlier? Okay. Damn. Well, guess I'm deploying another one of these. I mean, really doesn't cost me too much. It is slightly insulting. Okay, monster mind recovery is going pretty fast. Oh. We have one right here. Okay. I'll just shoot that guy. They're gonna get closer. is a slight concern, but only mild. Let's go back to this. These guys are doing fine. Nobody's wounded. Everything is good. Okay. Do I actually have this thing here? I don't think I want to do that, though. I don't think I have a good solution to those. Okay, how's this guy looking? Fabulous. So I think we just wait a turn, then we go back in. Considering every time I do this, it seems to summon a fresh crowd of jerks. Admittedly, jerks that I kind of, well, deserve to have pissed off. Who's shooting? Oh, it's you. The fact that these single infantry are able to damage the Skylark to this degree is wild. I clearly need more vehicle. Oh wow, that's nothing. That's considerably better. Monster mind recovery. Homo gradient. These people are a genuinely new offshoot of humanity thanks to the callous work of the prison scientists and the tireless recovery efforts of your own scientists. It's definitely time to give them a proper home of their own, rather than keeping them confined. Whether they stay or go, or how they choose to live is up to them now. Android optimization. Okay, vehicular... let's see. Well, do we actually want to go for the hull strength? Yeah, that's actually a huge boost. How much health they have. I do like support vehicle engineering, because it makes them better at healing. But let's go for combat vehicle hull strength because, I mean, clearly these guys have a decent amount of max HP. Or armor piercing to begin with. So let's just get this. Where do we put them? Out here? Can't really rotate it. I mean, right there? Don't know how many of them I need. Alright, Homo gradient completed. Professor Hulk. Oh. Okay, altered growth. Humans are really are reckless. Their experimental monsters were just so slapdash. The fact that you had to clean up after the reckless scientist feels all too familiar. Between your intervention, or your own intervention in the work of these human scientists, you wound up creating a new subspecies of humans by, kind of by accident. Homo gradient is really appropriate for both their minds and physical size. For all their massive strength, what really stands out is their great wisdom. They don't seem to be in a hurry to involve themselves in the goings-on of the city at the moment. There may come a time where you call on Homo gradients for aid, or where they aid you on their own accord, but now they prefer to be left in peace. I'm getting a lot of these done. We had an achievement called Professor Hulk, but it's gone. Let's see. Probably faster oxyroids? I think so. Still working on this whole prison break thing, and that's gonna take a while yet. No way I'm getting in that one. Not with my current forces. Ah, there's another one up here. I think I might wait until next turn, though. Okay. Yep, those guys are looking fine. Is there a better weapon for these things? Because I've been using the strafe. And it's good. Oh. That makes them extremely good against aircraft. I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, we're not really fighting a whole lot of aircraft to begin with, so... Probably swamp. Or firefall. Let's go for the firefall. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot better. Going for my point-to-point microwave. I guess they really don't like that. That's fine. Okay, complete another prison break-in. Nobody's under attack. Okay, and then we have these guys. Park a little closer. There we go. I'm surprised that the Galari... Well, I guess the Galari don't care about what's going on. Is the probable point. Oh, I didn't actually check how wounded that one sledge was. Oh, he's doing fine. Ooh. Okay. When in doubt, get more... Get more of these guys. Go right there. There we go. That should be most of them. And if not, we'll get the rest in a moment. It's a bomb. Alright, then all I have to do is just get up to that cradle somehow. We can jump it. Alright. Yeah. Unfortunately, reinforcements always make this just a little trickier. However, they seem to be mostly aimed at my own convictors, which is exactly what I was kind of hoping for. Do we hack another convictor? Sure. I mean, worst comes to worst, I just have a distributed network of purloined convictors that just sit around on the map, waiting to be necessary for something. Let's see. Split. Better take that one out. That didn't work. Ouch. I can afford it. Oh boy. Okay, get rid of that one quick. Okay, gotta be a little careful. I've already taken out most of the big bads. I don't remember what gnats do. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to let that one eat. But it's fine. Okay. I'm just gonna run around for a second, because there's nothing terribly worrying for me. Just a handful of little guys. There we go. Got it. There's the mech cradle. Now we got it. The only problem is that cost me a fair bit of mental energy. But that's okay. That should be good enough for now. I don't think any of my guys are going down. One of my convictors is taking a bad hit. But that's about it. Oh. There's another convictor. Oh, ejected mech pilots. Oh, that's what happens. After being forcibly ejected from the mech, they're brain damaged and barely useful. That's kind of dark, actually. Let's see. How are these guys doing? Those are fine. These ones down here are a little wounded, but now I have 4 convictors. Okay. And that's this entire prison area. And I'm gonna have to stop here because this video is going on a little late, and I got some Warhammer minis that I'm probably gonna go paint. But I'm having a good time. Oh boy, I thought we were only like part way to progress, but no, we are continuing to add more and more, well, convictors to my lineup. Not even really intentional. It's just collecting them like Pokemon because they're big and pointy and funny. Anywho, I guess with all this said, I should probably pull my convictors out of there at the very least. With all this said, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm going to, well, finish this whole prison break-in thing, I suppose. Luckily, these guys don't seem mad at me, which is convenient. Oh, can I fit that one on too? Perfect. Because we're going to have to go up here next, and that is probably going to be stinky in its own right. Anyway, for now, see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for watching.